Sentiment. Sentiment of things, sentiment of others, sentiment of attachment of things. If you lose something, you get upset, you have a sentiment behind it. I've lost a sapphire that my mum gave me for my 21st. It fell off on the underground. I was upset. There was a sentiment behind it because that's what she gave it to me for my 21st. And that was really sad. But I try not to get the attachment bringing me down. The more stuff we have attached to, the more unhappiness we have because we will lose stuff. Maybe now I've come to accept and try not to have too much attachment to stuff. Now I lose things all over the place. A little bit annoying, but it's about putting attention onto it. And so, yeah, sentiment. What are you sentiment about? Get out the workbook. What are you sentiment about? Sentiment about a ritual, a precious stone? Do you have sentiment with a particular card that your kids gave you or that you got from a loved one? What's the sentiment behind it? Choose what's really important to you. Maybe you need to declutter because there's an awful lot of stuff that actually means something for you, to you, with you. And maybe you just need to let things go. It's very hard to do that. Often it comes from security of not being able to have stuff around. And that comes from standing in your power and knowing who you are, knowing who you truly are, and being comfortable with who you truly are. So things just become things around you. They're not really having an attachment. They're not of importance. What's really important is your self-love, your self-compassion, and your truth, how you see it and how it serves you. So sentiment is about attachment. Keeping heirlooms is good, but do they clutter your life? Do you worry about them? Maybe. What happens if they get lost? And here's a thought, those heirlooms. For when you die, what are your children going to do about it? Yes, will they just biff them all those old black and white photos? They go, we'll just stick it on a disc. It's very different. Very different sticking it on a disc, a USB stick or a hard drive. It's different having the photographs. That's a sentiment thing. Old photographs. I have a photograph of my grandfather with the Queen. Back in the day, I think that was just after the war. So that's a sentimental thing to me. I still have it. I haven't lost it. It's in a box. I carry it with me to many, many different houses. What am I going to do with it? Maybe when I retire, I'll put it in an album for the kids to know the history of what it is. And that is sentiment. But it's a good sentiment. If I lost it, how upset would I be? Don't know. So this is something I want you to reflect upon. If you lost something that is very dear to you, how upset would you be? Where would you feel it? And what do you notice? Or do you think perhaps you need some time to put all those photographs on a disc? Or put them in a photo album? And hopefully those things perhaps will be carried down through the families as a sentimental thing. And explain what the history is. Explain what our heritage is. Explain where we come from. And that for some people is very important. For myself, I come from the earth. I'm from the UK, but I also live in New Zealand. But I've lived in many, many different places. Whereas my home, not sure. I felt really at home when I went to Stonehenge. Is that a sentimental thing? Yes. And so are your homes a sentimental thing? Sentiment brings emotions. Are you able to cope with them? Do you let the emotions override you and take you down? Or do you just have a tear in the eye when you think about it, but it's a joyful tear with a little bit of sadness? So have a think about a situation or something you're really sentimental about, and how would you feel if it was gone? That maybe it got smashed in the moving of houses. How would you feel? How important is it to you really? And then think of things that you could probably do without. Decluttering your house and your home helps decluttering your mind to actually find who you are and what you really stand for. So have a think on the reflection and of your things that you are sentimental about. And come back in a month. Is it the same thing that you're still sentimental about, or has it changed? How much do you really love that object?